The following program may contain strong language and mature content. Viewer discretion is advised.
People are stealing chicken. Robin Dixon got problems. Oh, and Lord, we got some updates on Tyree Nichols and the case on Tyree Nichols. Stay tuned right after this break. Good morning. We're back with another episode of Pyro Power Hour. Your host, Kwame, joined. Oh, wait, he's not here because you want to know why? He's still on that Boost Mobile, y'all. Hang in there. He gonna be in here in a minute. Okay? We gonna be in there. But until then, good. Oh, here he is. Here he is.
No,
wait.
I'm not.
You here? Kyrie, fix your stuff, girl.
What's good?
Good Lord, every day, every time. This is our first day back. We were off on Monday. Thank you guys for giving me a break because I dropped my mama off. It was such a wonderful time that I had with my mother in town. Good morning, Kyrie. Are you good? Is your Boost Mobile working?
I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay.
I'm starting to think that you're not on Boost Mobile. I think you're on that cricket, girl.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's the Obama special.
Listen, right down there, you see that scrolling? That's the Cash App. Go ahead and bless Kyrie because we need to help him out. Okay, get him some good internet. Good morning, Titan. Good morning, Jackie Davis. Good morning, Sean Kingsley. Hello, husband. How are you?
Great. Oh, all right.
Don't mess with my husband. You got Darnell. Okay. All right. Absolutely. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Michelle. My bell. How you doing? Right, Kyrie in the matrix. You in the sunken place, girl.
No, never there.
Well, good morning, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining and tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we got a lot to talk about today, okay? All right. We got a lot to talk about today. And shout out to my co-host, Kyrie, for coming through with the with all of the news feeds this week, okay? Today. Your brother's been a little busy. Okay, he's been a little tired. Okay, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, you got a lot on his plate.
Oh, Jesus! But it's good to have partners in crime. You know what I'm saying? Partners in crime. I'm over here trying to get something real quick, get it all loaded up. But welcome to people, Kyrie. Welcome to people.
Welcome everyone. How is everyone doing on this Black History morning?
Come on, Black History, Black History Month.
Be proud to be Black every day.
Blackity black. Black is luxury, honey. Yes.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Yes.
Junior is expressing frustration because he is mistaken ducks for geese. I reassure him that this is not uncommon as they are often considered analogous. This is because they are closely related, having similar features, similar shelter, and almost similar characteristics, yet they are not one and the same. This is important because Junior needed to know that he's not the only person in life who has ever mistaken an enemy for a friend and a friend for an enemy. I feel like playing duck, duck, goose. You must be careful thinking that just because you look alike, come from the same place, and may have some of the same values, that you are on the same level. This is why you can sit at the same table, share the same meal, and have the same conversation, yet everybody does not have the same motives. It is imperative that for this next phase of your life, that you know the difference between your duck and your goose, because even an assassin has an assignment. Duck, goose.
And I say that just to add that all skin folk ain't kinfolk, okay? We're going to get into more of that later on today. What are you sipping on today, Kyrie?
Now say that. I didn't even bring a beverage. I was running so late.
I'm drinking some good old lemon water. Praise God. It's getting my organs all good, making my skin glow. Praise God.
All right.
Yes, we got a lot to talk about today. Duck Goose, Michelle. Duck Goose. We're going to get into more of that very, very soon. But we have breaking news. That's right, you guys. The Queen herself has announced that she will be going on tour. She announced the Renaissance World Tour on today. Now, listen. Y'all know I am a Beehive member. But I have a bone to pick with you, Beyonce. Why are you going to do it on rent day? Why are you going to drop all the tickets on rent day? You know today is rent day. Today is the first of the month, girl.
She said make a choice.
She said make a choice. Are you gonna go to Renaissance and be broke and homeless? Or are you gonna pay your bills and watch and hopefully somebody has a pirated, edited vision or cut from the show?
Now you know quite a few folks that said, child, fuck this rent. I mean, forget this rent.
She said, I don't care what you doing. I don't care what's going on in your life. You gonna get these tickets. Okay?
And it's gonna be your whole rent check.
Your whole rent. 2 months worth of rent, too. I hope you're saved.
Baby.
Clearing out savings accounts and stuff. What's going on with you?
I got a friend that said he has already budgeted for that.
Girl, I hope you did. Because you know them tickets are going to be crazy. I'm not going. I'll listen from outside. I'm sorry. Not on rent day.
Well, I thought the tickets don't go on sale till the 6th. Or is it 8th?
But she announced it today, so everybody's like, okay, I have until the 5th to pay my rent. It goes on the 6th. So what do I do? Some of y'all gonna be selling some stuff. Some stuff that we can't say on this air because you know what? Bulletin Flight radio listeners are listening right now. And that's a whole stuff. Radio stations, family friendly. And I can't say what y'all gonna be selling, but some of y'all gonna be going to the polls. And I'm not talking about the voting booths, girl.
Well, I said it because I said I want to see Beyonce, Anita Baker, Jill Scott, and it's another concert. I can't think. So yeah. But I'm gonna tell this to y'all that's contemplating the Beyonce thing now. Make the smart move. Now if you get paid again on the 15th, then maybe you do it. But if you don't get a check on the 15th, don't you sacrifice your rent? Don't you do it, girl? You better have a backup plan, girl. You better figure it out. Because that 15th, they'll still give you 5 days of the grace period. Because I think most places you have until the 10th, and then they give you an extra 5-day grace period. Right. If that's your situation, and you got to the 15th, go on ahead. Don't do it. Babe Michelle says babe by the income tax and what. That's a good point, Michelle. Very good point. This is around tax season. Where you get your refund. Babe, I might need to go rub on somebody's bald head for money. I forgot. Yeah. Gonna get me a Beyonce. Kyrie's about to do something strange for some change. For some Beyonce tickets. Come on now. All right, y'all. Before we get into what's going on today, we got a lot to cover, so let's get on into handling our business. So we want to thank our sponsor, or our sponsors today, and one of them being Pyro Media Productions. Leading LA production company. If you want your good streaming stuff, you got social media content, you got a business, a brand, you go ahead and shout over to pyromediaproductions.com. We'll go ahead and put the link in the description, but you can go ahead and go over there and get all of your internet needs, as well as your visuals. And if you have a podcast, if you just don't feel like getting all dolled up for the camera like Kyrie and I, you can just do a podcast, just do audio only. They take care of that too. Audio production, video production, photography, you name it. They got it. All right, y'all. We also want to thank our sister network, Bullet in Flight Radio, the #1 progressive radio station in the world. And let me tell you something. I
I bump Bullet in Flight Radio now all day. All day, because they got it. They have evolved. You want to talk about progressive Christians? They are listening to. I'll be listening. Child, check it out. If you need a good motivation, okay, if you need to get yourself through the day, go to Bullet in Flight Radio. Okay, your story, our station. That's right. All right, and the next thing that we got going on is the coldest water. Definitely check them out. They have an exclusive deal going on, and it's 10% on all online purchases. You can go ahead and use the QR code link right there, or you can use the link that I'm getting ready to put into the chat box right there in the comments. So go ahead and check that out. You get 10% on all things on their website by using that link. Just go ahead and click it. Search around, see what they got, and let me know what you got. And then if you do get something on there, go ahead and take a picture, post it on social media, and tag Pyro Media Network. Okay, we want to make sure we want to see our audience and our people getting all that stuff. And also, if you are into reading, like I am. Okay, I don't have time to sit down and read a book all the time. Okay, so I listen to it because I listen to podcasts. I listen to read. You and this boy on this picture. I'm going to change this picture because you, Kyrie, every time you see him, you just get all turned on. And I get it. He's a fine man. Okay? Black excellence all day. But anyway, back to the people. Okay? Every day, all day. But Audible has partnered with, which is an Amazon company, has partnered with us to give our audience an exclusive deal, which is 30-day free trial of their Audible Premium selections. And if you already have Prime, Amazon Prime, you get 2 credits. If you don't, you get 1 credit. So I would recommend going on Amazon Prime, get a little thing, you come out on here and get the Audible subscription. You get 2 free credits for any premium selection titles, and you get open access to the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, and guided wellness, and the Audible originals. And you can listen to it all without any credits, and you get a friendly email reminder to let you know when they're about to end your trial, so you don't get stuck with paying for something you may not want. So it's at no cost to you, and it's free. So go ahead and check that out. And if you cannot use that QR code, go ahead and use this link. And it'll be there for you in the description, in the comments below. And we have more coming soon, so definitely check it out. We also want to talk about what's happening today, okay? We're going to go, before we go into commercial, we're going to knock this all out, and then we'll get into, because we have a lot to talk about for what's going on, so stay tuned for that. All right, so what's happening today? Today is National Freedom Day. The day was... I have words about National Freedom Day, but we're going to just read what it says. Okay, National Freedom Day. This day was founded to celebrate the freedoms we enjoy as U.S. citizens. Who's we? Anyway, freedom. Right. Exactly, Kyrie. Freedoms that we should never take for granted. Specifically, the holiday commemorates the day in 1865 when President Abraham Lincoln signed what would later become the 13th Amendment. This amendment is so important because it effectively ended slavery in the U.S. Did it? Did it really? Freedom Day is one of the founding principles of the United States of America, and this day was envisioned as a way for all citizens to take a moment to appreciate how lucky they are. Are we? Are we lucky? We should all be. Right. We should all be thankful for the many freedoms we are afforded as citizens of this great country. Oh, really? Okay. Good morning, Ray Bishop. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Yes. All right. So birthdays of the day. So today's birthday of the day is Stormy Webster, born on February 1st, 2018, in Los Angeles, California. She is the daughter of makeup mogul, Kylie Jenner, and American rapper Travis Scott. Only 4 years old, this little superstar has already garnered more fame for just being herself than most of us will in a lifetime. No, that's because she's a Jenner. Anyway,
she's adorable.
She is absolutely adorable, but let's not lie about, whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. Constantly featuring on her mom's Instagram, just to the nines, Webster is always in full swag with outfits that put the rest of us to shame. Okay. Somebody like this.
Oh, okay.
The fashion icon has over fashion icon. She's 4 years old. Anyway, the fashion icon has already set Twitter aflame several times and made headlines over the years with the internet falling in love with her personality. Everyone celebrate Stormy Webster. Happy birthday, Stormy.
Happy birthday, baby.
All right, girl. You're cute. We like you, girl, because you know the kids are innocent. I mean, you can't help what you
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she is absolutely adorable, though. She is. Anywho, happy birthday, little girl. We love you. All right. So viral moment. I saw this and I fell out. Okay, and I think I sent it to you, Kyrie. But you about to see it in a second, y'all. So y'all know if you're on TikTok, and I think it's on Instagram as well, but everybody's doing this Beyonce challenge, the whole thing. And child, they took that vocal and they put it on this. Just watch.
Don't get mad, Saint.
I hate us. We do this all the time. And for those who are listening on Bullet of Flight Radio, what this was that they took Juanita Bynum praising the Lord and shouting that she does, and then they put the overdub of Beyonce's voice on it. My God, I fell out when I watched it. I cannot help, and they did a good job editing it. Whoever did this, I can't say it. We do this all the time. It's always us, and I know it's somebody black.
Oh, you know, yeah.
Probably from her old church. Whew, Lord Jesus. All right, y'all. Pyro Media Mentionables. As you guys know, we do mention our clients and what they got going on. We got some new stuff coming in next week. Y'all are going to be very surprised because one of those things, well, I'm going to keep it quiet because it's a big surprise. Big shout out.
All right, big surprise.
Yes, so stay tuned for that on Monday. But definitely check out Tasha Champion. Tasha Champion has a retreat this year, and it's on October 6th to the 8th, a women's retreat specifically for women. And when you say yes to this all-inclusive women's retreat, you are unapologetically giving yourself permission to unplug, unwind, and appreciate and remember the incredible woman you are. So this is going to be dope. Definitely go to shenominal.com, www.shenominal.com, and you can find out all of the information on there. We also want to shout out the founder of Bullet and Flight Productions and Radio, Just Dominic. Okay, he's got and actually his remix of this song just came out a couple of days ago, so it's also pretty dope. I could definitely hear it in the club.
Yeah, I listened to it. I'm like, okay.
Did you listen to the remix or the original?
No, the remix.
Yeah, check out the original. The original's still my favorite. I'm an original girl, but the remix, I was like, oh yeah, I can hear this in the club.
I like a good house track.
Right. Yeah, you a house girl. You're a house girl. But we also want to shout out, not one of our clients, but since it's a Pyro Media Mentionable, I want to shout out our studio assistant, Beyonce Champion. Happy birthday to you, King. He is such a young man with so much potential, and I'm so proud of his growth and him being with Pyro Media. And he is just I literally cannot do nothing without him. Like, he is literally my right hand. He's becoming my right hand man. So I appreciate him. He's off today. So enjoy your day, King. But I better see you at work tomorrow. Okay?
Enjoy your day. I won't make your day hard tomorrow. Enjoy your day. He can't stand me, I know.
No, you're talking about Samuel. Samuel can't stand you.
Oh, okay.
Samuel, no, Deontay is our studio assistant. He comes into studio and cleans it up, keeps it organized, and keeps your boy together. Okay, I have 3 assistants because I don't know what to do without them. Marisol, Samuel, and Deontay. They keep my life together. So bless them. But today is all about Deontay Champion. I'm really proud of him. I'm so excited for him, and I'm hoping today he's turning 20.
Oh yeah. Oh, so young, baby.
Well, shout out to you, Deontay. I hope your day is filled with all of the things, and I hope your mama made you some cheesecake like you asked her to. Save me a slice, bro. Save me a slice. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and right after we're gonna talk about so much stuff that I didn't even know was going on until I saw what Kyrie put in this. Hot Mess Express. Y'all stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also invite your friends, your cousins, and your loved ones. We'll see you on the other side of
Yeah, cause girls is players.
I do not know what's going on with Kyrie's computer, but girl, y'all pray for him. Pray for him, child. Where are you, Kyrie? Every time we go to commercial break, your stuff just jacks up. Lord Jesus. Where's Kyrie? Don't understand. I don't understand. Help him, Lord. He's still not back. There he is. What is going on with you, girl?
It said, I don't know, I got this message from StreamYard. It's like my camera.
No, girl, don't blame StreamYard on
It
this.
did. It was a message from StreamYard. So, it was. But I fixed
You're
it.
the only one. You're the only one that we got these type of issues with. Fix it, Jesus.
Fix it. Fix it.
Y'all for the support. Here it is. The cash app's right there. Go ahead and bless them. All right, y'all. Let's get on into what's going on. Now, this one, Kyrie, you gotta tell me what's going on with this one, child.
Okay, what's going on?
It's the case of the missing chicken wings.
Okay, so
Let me read what they got in here first, and then we can go ahead and talk about it because, child, Cook County prosecutors have charged the former head of food services at a South suburban school district of engaging in a massive embezzlement scheme in which he allegedly stole more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings and $1.5 million in taxpayer funds over a 19-month period, court documents revealed. Vera Liddell, who worked as the director of food services at Harvey School District 152nd, was charged with a felony continuing financial crimes, enterprise, and theft exceeding $1 million. Also a felony, according to the proffer filed in Cook County Circuit Court. Prosecutors allege Liddell placed hundreds of unauthorized orders for food items, particularly chicken wings with the district's main supplier, Gordon Food Services, from July 2020 to February 2022. While Liddell placed the orders separate from the district's legitimate orders, Gordon Food Services billed the school district for the items, believing Liddell was authorized to make the purchases on its behalf. Court documents states. Child, what are your thoughts on this, Kyrie? Kyrie, you're muted, girl.
after I have laughed myself silly, which is really not funny though, but I don't want to see Miss Vera go to jail. She's 67 years old. I don't want to see her go to jail.
She stole over $1 million. Yes, Ray Bishop, chicken wings, girl.
But 11,000 cases. Ma'am, where's all that chicken?
What are you doing? Like, I don't understand. Are you reselling it? Like, are you like is your family that big? 11,000 cases.
11,000 cases of chicken. But I'm like, did you open up a restaurant or something? Because
Rochelle said she was pushing them wings like they were kilos, baby.
listen, something. But I'm like, girl, you could have opened up a chicken spot.
Well, for $1.5 million, she could have opened up 4 of them. 11. What are you doing with all them chicken wings, girl? And why didn't I get any?
But I wonder why she chose chicken wings, because as everyone knows, no school serves chicken wings because of bonus. Schools only serve chicken nuggets.
Ray Bishop said she must have had a restaurant. I don't know what she had, girl. But
I don't know.
Girl, listen, like
But then I put Miss
what are
Beer
you
in the
doing?
county. I don't want to see Miss Beer in the county. Lord, ooh,
Well, she gonna cook up. We all know she gonna cook good. So she gonna go ahead and work in that county.
Well, the county with the Cook County is worse than prison. I don't want to see her in there. Child, I'm gonna make a petition. Free Miss Vera.
She stole over $1 million, Kyrie.
Well, she didn't take the money. She stole the chicken.
No, it says that she it says federal crimes enterprise and the theft exceeding over one. Oh, let me make sure I was right. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, I think that's how much the wings would work. Well, 11,000 cases, I'm quite sure.
Here it is. Okay, she allegedly stole more than 11,000 cases of chicken wings and $1.5 million in taxpayer funds over a 19-month period. So she stole the chicken and the money. Okay,
Miss Vera and the money. Oh, girl.
She stole the ducats and the buckets. My God, on today, what are you doing, girl?
Where's the chicken at?
I want some of that chicken. I want.
Baby, you supply. I know. When y'all had y'all family reunion that summer, you said, "Oh, I got the chicken, girl."
You know what, Ray Bishop? He said, "See if she's connected to Harold's chicken."
I'd rather be connected to Uncle Remus chicken, but okay.
Nah, I heard that was some good chicken.
Baby, Uncle Remus is the best.
Dr. Holt says, I'm just popping and we kicking off Black History Month as a school. That's why I'm looking.
Amen.
No problem. Amen. Dr. Holt, you better teach your children. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Yes. I don't understand what's going on, and I hope Miss Vera works it out. I hope she gets a good attorney because it doesn't look good for her.
Oh, Miss Vera.
Volvo to love. Good morning. She says, wings to go. Listen. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200, girl. You are done. I cannot believe she did that. What do you need? 11,000. This I want to know. I want to follow this. If there were cases. Okay? And we are in inflation. Okay, we are in inflation.
This generation is different because in the TikTok video, I say, as soon as I saw the title, I knew it was one of us. So sister, the conversation said, I think it's weird that you think it was us. I'm like, girl,
are you kidding me? I knew the moment I saw this. Hold on. The moment I saw this, I knew it was one of us. I knew it was one of us.
And that's what I said. Just like
what is a palm-colored person, a snow cricket, gonna do with 11,000 cases of chicken wings?
Just like back in the 90s when they had this mass shooting in Brown's Chicken, I said, oh, those people are white. And I said, because black people would have killed the people and got that chicken. Look at old chicken. They didn't touch the chicken.
Ray Bishop said she should have been boosting eggs too. I know that's right. Help your community.
Eggs wasn't high back then. Eggs wasn't high in 2020 and 2021.
What she said, he was saying that she should have boosted the eggs too, because that's really well, no, because then that would have been they would have caught on to that.
Should have been killing. Well, the egg, because like schools don't serve eggs either. They do the powder eggs.
Right.
Yeah, so she would have been caught up.
Oh, child. All right, y'all. Well, good luck, Miss Vera. We hope you find a good attorney. Kyrie's gonna start a petition for you to help you out here.
And she only got caught because the auditor came in and said, well, we're $3,000 over budget and the school year's only halfway through. So then when they went back, that's when they saw. Cause I'm like, I wonder why she picked chicken wings.
Hold on, Dr. Holt said eggs is 1,500, 1,500 a dozen. What are you talking about? And wait, Dr. Holt's a principal, right? Isn't he? So you see all that? Is it really 15,000 a dozen right now? Or 1,500 a dozen? Dr.
Oh,
Holt, let me know.
it better be a dozen cases.
Ray bitches and somebody called. Where's Pam? Where's Pam, the law intellect?
Yeah, Miss Vera, I got you. I'm getting Pam on the case.
We gonna call Pam, and you better. And when Pam gets you off, because Pam is one of the greatest. Okay, when Pam gets you off, you better send us some buckets of chicken.
I want some of them wings, Miss Vera.
We better have, and it better be crisp, double battered. You stole 15,000 of them.
And seasoned.
Oh, not 50, 11. He said
11,000 cases.
Oh, well, honey, listen, I believed it because that's what inflation is looking like.
Listen.
Yeah.
Y'all keep y'all Uncle Joe in there. They're gonna be there next year.
I saw a dozen of eggs for $8.99 and I kept walking. Ray Bishop, I was on Instacart the other day because my mother was cooking up a storm. Bless her heart. If you're watching, Mama, we love you and I miss you. Come back anytime you want. Oh, she blessed my soul. I ate all my good Puerto Rican food and my Puerto Rican dish. Life was good. I didn't have to worry about that when I got off of work. My mama took care of me. I felt like a little mama's boy. I mean, I'm still a mama's boy. I felt good. I was sending pictures to my brother, making fun of him because he wasn't here to eat it. It was good times. But anyway,
I love good Puerto Rican food.
Oh, it was so good. Anyway, but I was on there. I was ordering something. She was telling me that eggs were expensive. And I was like, oh, eggs are not that expensive because I don't eat eggs in my vegan. I eat just eggs, which is the alternative. Yeah. Don't do that. Anyway, so I was used to the $7, $8 or whatever for the bottle. That's how it is. But I looked up for the eggs. I'm used to eggs being like maybe $3, maybe, and that's expensive to me for a dozen eggs. I saw that damn egg for $12.99. I said, what is it made of? Gold? Is it coming out of a goose?
Well, Walmart got them eggs. I think it's 18 for $14.15.
For a dozen eggs.
They are high for business. I know they are.
Child. Dr. Holt, Ray Bishop says, not you treating your bro like a motherless guy. I sure was, because he does it all the time. My mother goes, because they live in New York. So my brother goes over my mother goes over to my brother's house all the time. And he be calling me saying, oh, look what mom's cooking. I got you, bro. I got you. I know he's listening. He's listening. And if you're watching on the playback, I'm talking about you, big bro. I love you. Anyway, St. James says, what's up? Good morning, St. James. Dr. O says, got to start raising chickens. I was just talking about building a garden, okay? And I told my dog Bentley, for those of you that follow me on TikTok, Bentley's getting on my damn nerves.
I love Bentley.
You can take him because if he gets up on there one more time, I'm telling him I'm gonna cook him. I promise him I will. They do it in Korea.
Yo, you ain't in Korea.
Listen, nobody wants. Listen. Let me be quiet before Peter calls me.
That sweet little pooch. He's so sweet. I love him on TikTok. He's so cute.
Actually, no. Bentley's actually a really, really good dog. I was talking to one of my battle buddies back in the Army, and his wife got a new dog. He is sick of that dog. That dog is going in his room, eating up his $100 pairs of sneakers and shoes. Like no, Bentley would never.
Oh,
Bentley knows better.
The dog doesn't like him.
That's what I said. But anyway, good luck, Miss Vera. We hope you come through, but make sure you send us some chicken.
Wings are half. I'm gonna call Pam.
Matter of fact, I want you to send chicken to all of the people, all of the pyro maniacs. Okay, you got enough,
baby. Well.
Speaking of people that we sick of, I am sick and tired of Robin Dixon. I am sick and tired of her.
I've been saying that, baby. And when Nene called her starless,
we gonna get into that. During a recent podcast conversation, the 43-year-old, she was talking about, anyway, I'm gonna be quiet. The 43-year-old seemingly confirmed there is a truth to previous allegations her husband, Juan Dixon, right. Previous allegations her husband, Juan Dixon, 44, cheated with another woman. Speaking with fellow Real Housewives of Potomac cast member, Giselle Bryant on their podcast, Reasonably Shady, Dixon claimed she wanted to clear the air of lies and, quote, things being misconstrued regarding the situation. She stated, quote, I debated on addressing this. Hold on, wait, let me do it in her voice. I debated on addressing this. I don't really give attention to stuff like this, and to people who want attention, I was already aware of the situation, and I expected to talk about it on season 7 when it was presented to me. It was discussed. It was handled. It was something we had to work through. Okay, girl.
I debated on whether, like...
Oh, wait, hold on. This is what she said. Listen in.
I debated on whether, like, addressing this, because, you know, I usually... I don't know. I don't really give attention to stuff like this.
Right.
And true. People who want attention. But I figured there were a lot of lies and things being misconstrued.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what I will say, okay, so for y'all, I'm sure all y'all that are listening don't really know exactly what we're talking about because you don't, live on Instagram or whatever, TikTok, Twitter, whatever it might be. Young lady came forward talking about she and Juan dated during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And she shows this like hotel receipt with his name on it.
Right.
Okay. That's like that's legit. I don't know. I mean, that's
the premise of the allegation.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, what I want to, okay. So what I want to say, first of all, I was aware of the situation before we filmed season 7.
Right.
And because this young lady was so pressed to tell me and to tell you, Giselle,
yes,
I assume she told the whole cast.
Right. Because she DM'd me.
Right. So all of season 7, I'm just like waiting for somebody to bring it up.
Because Karen is good for thinking she got some tea,
right? Or anybody. I mean, like that's our life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ready for it. I'm waiting for it. And so when we're in Mexico, and Ashley tells me that Karen, was talking about us, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is it,
right?
And she talks about some blonde holding hand, him holding hands with a blonde in Georgetown and looks like Karen. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, right. Whew. So that was, it was kind of comical to me. So then we go down that road. But however, I was already aware of the situation, and I expected to talk about it on season 7.
Right.
Now, the situation when it was presented to me was handled, was discussed. It was handled. It was something we had to work through, it was not something that it was just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
However, there are a lot of things that need to be cleared up with what's being said with what allegedly happened, which did not. So,
okay.
So, I'm not going to continue to talk about she goes on and talks about all of this stuff, whatever, and y'all can watch it on I think this is the Jasmine brand that did it, or this is a video from Jasmine. I don't know what's going on with Kyrie's stuff here, but girl, I'm going to continue talking about it until he gets his stuff together. Well, Karen Huger, who is another cast member on The Real Housewives of Potomac, she talked about it. Okay, so the Bravo star went on to say that while Juan did not in fact have communication with the woman, much of what has been spread in the media, I'm talking about Robin, she says this, spread in the media has allegedly been lies. In the original TikTok video posted by influencer Giorgio Says, the woman allegedly submitted pictures and a hotel receipt with Juan's information, alleging the former NBA star who proposed to Robin, hold on one second, there it is, who proposed to Robin for the second time in 2019, had been dealing with his mistress for over a year during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, Robin said all the allegations are explainable. Further into the podcast episodes, the TV personality claimed there was no physical cheating and that Juan never flew the woman out or paid for their hotel stay. Now, Karen also went on her little YouTube channel and was talking stuff too. Now, listen, I like Karen. Okay, I think she's done a little much on certain things, but my problem with everything that's going on with Robin is that you had a whole entire season to talk about all of this, and you made it seem like it was a big shock when Karen brought it up during this past, I think it was this past or maybe last week's episode, and you made it seem like Karen was lying and all the stuff, whatever, and then come to find out it was actually coming to pass. Now, whether or not Juan went forward and did all this stuff or whatever, and he was actually, intimate with this girl, that's another story. I personally don't think that he was intimate with her. That's just me personally. But I do think that he was talking to her. You think that he was intimate with her?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't think he was intimate with the girl. I really don't. I think that he was talking with her and being inappropriate with her on in the DMs, but I don't think that they were doing anything. But let's check out the comments real quick and see what they say before I get into this next part that was going on. Michelle, I don't know what's going on with Kyrie's stuff today. But Michelle Holly, good morning, Michelle Holly, how you doing, girl? Ray Bishop says, I can tell you're lying because when you're replying, you Dr. Ho says, girl, he's slinging me to everybody, girl. Men, women. Oh, wait a minute. Allegedly. We got to say allegedly, Dr. Ho. You can't say stuff like that on here. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Anywho. Ooh. Kyrie, you may have to turn off your green screen. I don't know if it's pulling too much power off of your computer.
No, that's not. I don't know what it is.
Okay, well,
let me see.
Yeah, go ahead and turn off the green screen or go to audio or something, and then maybe turn off your camera. Maybe that'll help. But anyway, all right, y'all. So Carlos King is a producer on Bravo and also a TV or influencer, and he said something on TikTok that really hit home. And I want you guys to take a look and see what he says, and then we'll go and talk about it.
All the way real on this podcast today because I am pissed. Robin admitting that she hid her story from the world on the show that paid you is a slap in the face to everyone involved, including the audience. And the fact that you have the audacity to go on your podcast to reveal this. We spent this entire half-assed season with these made-up storylines about Chris Bassett. And yes, I'm going to say made up because I allegedly was told that a few of the housewives had a meeting before filming about what the storyline was going to be and that this Chris Bassett stuff was part of that conversation. I've always said there was something off about this season, and now I know what it is. None of y'all are living your real lives. Your admission, Robin, has proven the fact that Potomac is nothing but a show about women exposing each other and throwing each other under the bus. It's not about real friendships, real relationships, or your real life. It's not about that anymore. I feel like the only persons who really want to give their real lives and really are looking for a connection with the cast is Candace, Wendy, even Mia.
Well, that's a stretch, girl. But I have to agree with Carlos King on this. I really do. I really have to agree with Carlos King on this because I feel like a lot of what's going on with Potomac specifically, but especially with the whole Chris Bassett stuff, that was a problem for me. That was a major problem for me, not because it was, we don't believe the victim or anything like that, or Me Too and all that stuff, whatever, because I'm a huge supporter of protecting women and all that stuff, whatever. However, I also am aware of men getting falsely accused of something that they shouldn't be, that they didn't do. And so I felt like this was creating a space for that. And in addition to all of that, one of the things that I don't agree with what Carlos King said was that Potomac is becoming something that's inauthentic. Reality TV has always been inauthentic. It's always been where producers come in and they manipulate the situation. We saw this with Mona Scott. Kyrie talked about it on his show on Candid Conversations last week, which I happen to be a guest on. So check out that episode because it goes into real deep diving into reality TV and what that looks like. And I also talked to you guys about the show Unreal that you guys should definitely check out because it really does show what's going on behind the scenes when it comes to production and how things are cast and how things are scripted and manipulated to make things what they are. So it's just really interesting to me that he went there with that. But I think overall, I think he was speaking facts outside of that last part about, you know, this being a surprise that this is happening. I'm just really I need, at this point, I was trying to hold on to Robin, and I was like, you guys just give her a chance. She's just having some issues. They're not going to get rid of Giselle because Giselle is just good TV. Even though she gets on my last nerve, she is just good TV. It's just what it is. But let's check out these comments. So Michelle Holly says, this is light-skinned people's problem. I don't think it's light-skinned people's problem, Cal. I think it's just her. And Dr. Ho says, girl, okay, allegedly, but I know a piece of trade when I see Ray Mitchell says, if it's a lie and the documents are fabricated, then sue her. Very good point. Very good point, Sue. Very good point, Ray. To sue her. That's what I would say. Ray Bishop says he's also making points. Hey, Lamar, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your way in and out. Ray also says Ashley seems to be showing her real life. You can't fake that kind of dysfunction. Now, Ashley, I think that I specifically think that Ashley is one of the biggest show people showing out on the show. I firmly believe it. I don't know what it is about this girl. I like Ashley, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that she's giving up her authentic life. I think she is manipulating certain things. I think she is putting stuff out. I think she knows what she's doing and how she's navigating it. I don't think that Ashley is keeping it real. That's just me personally. Michelle says, come on, red dresses. Yes. And for those who are listening on Bullet in Flight, we're showing the cast picture of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Ray Bishop says, I try not to use the word believe in terms of Me Too style accusations. I like acknowledge, accept the victim's accusations, and investigate. Is that insensitive? I actually think that's very very interesting that you say that, and I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna use that, Ray. That's really good. Hold on. Are you on your phone now, Kyrie? You good?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Not good, but yeah.
All right. Well, at least we got you back in. You know, don't worry about it. We go work. We go spend an hour to work on your computer, bro. I got you. Don't worry about it. Y'all send them cash apps, my brother needs. All right. Anyway, so go ahead and Ray Bishop said something, Kyrie, that was really interesting. He says, I try not to use the word believe in terms of Me Too style accusations. He says that he likes to use, quote, acknowledge, accept the victim's accusation, and investigate, quote.
I like that. Okay.
And he says, is that insensitive? I don't think that's insensitive.
No, it's not.
I think that's really a really good way to use, and I'm gonna moving forward. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna accept the victim's accusation. I'm gonna accept Giselle's perspective and acknowledge her perspective and how she felt. She felt uncomfortable, and I don't want to take that away from her. Yeah. But I also want to acknowledge Chris Bassett's uncomfortability too, because it wasn't just, if we start just throwing out stuff and using words, it builds a reputation. It can end people's jobs and lives and careers. Yeah. And it's not, that's not good. And I'm not, you know me, I'm not gonna always cape for them. But when something's right, I'm all about what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Michelle Holly says, Brother Kwame, thank you for clocking my colorism and rebuking it. Yes, rebuke all colorism demons. I know that's right. But I don't think you were being colorist, Michelle. But I do think that we need to start acknowledging certain things in our language. Like I don't like it when people say, those are light skin issues or those dark skin people problems or whatever, because it further divides us. But I appreciate you acknowledging it or seeking it out. But I wasn't, going there because I don't do all that stuff. But I do want us as a community to evolve in our language and how we acknowledge different things. Ray Bishop says, I don't like her 100-watt light.
I don't either. I cannot stand her or
Ray Bishop is going to be a guest on Pyro Power Hour, and I cannot wait because I know he's going to be hilarious. All right, y'all. Well, we're sick of you, Robin. Get it together. Oh, I'm sick of them. All right, y'all. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath because we're about to go into some darker territories, okay?
Oh,
Stop playing in our faces, y'all. Stop playing in our faces. So Tyree Nichols was not having a relationship with the wife of one of the Memphis police officers involved in his brutal beating, according to his stepdad, who is addressing a rumor that is all over the internet. Tyree's stepfather, Rodney Wells, denied the scandalous accusation Tuesday during a prayer vigil outside the Nichols home, saying, quote, "My son was not messing around with one of the officer's wives. That's just a rumor." For those unaware, there's been a rumor gaining traction online and on social media recently.
Oh, yeah.
Folks are claiming without evidence Tyree worked at FedEx in Memphis with one of the officer's wives and had a relationship with the woman. We're not gonna play this game, y'all. We're not gonna play this game. We're not going to go there because I don't have the time or the energy to play around with these people. Okay, the man was not having a damn relationship with anybody. Okay, he wasn't. The man was minding his black business and got attacked by these black cops. Okay? The man was living his life. Okay? We need to stop with this. Don't go there. Don't go there. Let's call a thing a thing. And I also, for me personally, I had Samuel dig up or grab some photos that I wanted to bring up, because although we were talking about this alleged rumor that was going on, and that's the focus of this particular article, I also want people to stop playing in our faces. When I say people, I mean the media. Right. Because I want to make sure that we acknowledge that although these 5 officers were the ones that are being blasted all over social media and blasted all over media, there were a bunch more people involved. Okay, there were 3 EMT workers. Okay, 2 EMT workers and the EMT, I think, chief or whatever, and then there was another officer, a Caucasian officer, there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hempfield.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah. So let's also acknowledge that these people were involved as well. Okay. And also, let's acknowledge Officer Preston Hemphill. Hemphill. Or Hemphill, however you pronounce it. Him. His fat behind.
That's what I call him. Patty.
Her. Okay? So let's stop playing these games and stop playing in our faces when we're addressing these situations. Because all of these people were involved in some way, shape, or form and did nothing while he was getting murdered. And I'm not going to say beating. I'm not going to say accident or incident or whatever. He was murdered.
Period.
And although I am also want to address something that's been going on around Ray Bishop said something. I don't care if he was in a relationship. It doesn't change how wrong the cop. Exactly. It doesn't matter because that has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. I don't care if he could have been messing with the police chief himself. It doesn't matter. What did that have to do with the fact that he was beaten to death?
Yeah, but people, I don't know. People always feel like they need to have some type of scenario to justify.
But you have that. You guys come up. You guys come up. When I say you guys, I mean them. You guys come up, the media comes up, Fox News comes up with all of these different things when it comes to us. But when it comes to them, and it happens to be a Caucasian or Derek Chavez or what is it, Chauvin, the murderer, okay? When it comes to any of these other murderers, it's always, well, they have mental health issues. Oh, he was stressed out. Oh, he was going through a lot. Oh, well, he he was having a tough day. You know, mental health is really, really important. And we need really. But when it comes to us, he was a criminal. He was smoking weed. You always want to come at the victim and really want to come at us. And it changes when it comes when you talk about us. I have a problem with that.
Yeah, it was just but it's not just them. We do the same thing.
No need to apologize, Lamar. I completely get it, and you have every right to be upset. Dr. Ho says, but even if it was his ex, and if it was true, it was premeditated and was obviously stalking the ex to even know who she was alleged. Regardless, I don't care. I don't care about these allegations. That, like Rochelle just said, he was murdered. Full stop. We don't need to talk about anything else. Michelle Holly says, brother Tyree looked like he was a very fun guy to be around. I would have loved to hang out with him. I'm sure all of us would have loved to hang out with him, but we can't because he was murdered.
Right.
Period. Full stop.
And what I don't like is how black men have blamed black women for this. Have you all seen that?
I'm not gonna get into this infighting. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna feed into the white
that. Well, we got one group are blaming black women, the other group are blaming the fact that 3 of them are part of a fraternity. I'm not even gonna name the fraternity, but they're a part of a fraternity, and that's playing trauma. That brings trauma to them, and that's
so you're gonna blame the Divine Nine for stupidity? That has nothing to do with the presidency of China. Not one of them dang on fraternities and sororities told you to beat the crap out of one of our own.
Right. I'm like, I said, y'all just like to make excuses for.
And y'all want to talk about the fraternity, the one of the Divine Nine, but you don't want to talk about the unit, the Scorpion unit, that was created, that they were a part of.
That part. Now that's that right there. That right there. And which is why I'm side-eyeing the police chief. Because this is her third go-around with something like this.
I'm side-eyeing all of them. Because all of a sudden now, we want to have discussions on police reform. When we've been talking about it for decades. I remember when I was a kid and Amadou Diallo was killed. And we're still talking about the same thing.
Exact same thing.
So all of a sudden, because the officers were black, now we want to do something about it? Now we want to have a joint congressional political unified type conversation about it?
But wait a minute with that. That's what
Miss me with that.
Now, and that too, but that's what kills me. I wanted to talk about that. How all of a sudden everybody now, we need police reform because it's this. But also, if you pay attention, go on people's social media page, white people, especially on TikTok, when they brought in Hempfield, 2 people that I saw said, oh, so now you all just had to bring somebody white in it. You all just wanted to have somebody white in it. As I said, yeah, alliance is fake. That's why I don't buy into allies.
It's been white. It's been white since before I was born. Since the Black Panther Party started. Since before we even came to this dang on country. It's been a white issue. So don't sit here and make it seem like all of a sudden now, because they're black cops, now we gotta do. We were talking about defunding the police a long time ago. Now all of a sudden you want to actually listen to what we mean when we say defund the police? We've been talking about police reform for decades, for centuries at this point. Grow up. Don't come at me and miss me with all that BS about, oh, now there's a problem. It's been a problem, girl.
Right. And then you all are taking, and I'm talking to the people, you are misconstruing Whoopi Goldberg's words.
I'm not even getting into that BS.
Baby, I got so
Whoopi Goldberg could literally tell you and write down an entire dang on dissertation about what she means, and y'all gonna forever misconstrue what she says. Y'all did this with the whole with the Jewish comment that she made I think it was a couple of months ago.
Uh-huh.
And what y'all took out of it was not even what she was talking about. Y'all missed it.
They didn't miss it. No, they misconstrued them because their comprehension is not a skill that a lot of people have. And I've said that. That's across the board. I don't give a damn what your
because we don't critically think anymore.
Well, they don't want that. So we know they don't want that. Oh, Ray Bishop, you said why black women? Oh, because Jason Whitlock and Dennis Sperling say the cause of all this is because of black men being raised by single mothers. And single mothers are the how did he put it? Single mothers are the cause for the black community being in the way it is.
Do you guys remember at the beginning, if you guys are just tuning in, but earlier when I showed you guys the video or the clip of Armani Bailey, and I said all skin folk and kinfolk. This is what I was talking about. What Kyrie was just saying about Jason Whitlock and his fat ridiculous behind. I'm trying to watch my words because I know that Deontay has to edit this if I cuss too much for Bullet and Flight Radio. But I'm tired. We are all tired of seeing hashtags. We are all tired of seeing the same. We are getting desensitized to all of this. And it is all of us. And this is what I want to keep this man these pictures up. I want to make sure I don't knock anything off, because we're gonna have a conversation about this, you guys. What is ticking me off about all of this is that all of a sudden these people, the palm color people, all of a sudden like, oh my God, this is so sad. This is just like George Floyd. It's not just like George Floyd. It is just like Sandra Bland. It is just like Amadou Diallo. It is just like can I go on?
Oh yeah, Sean Bell,
Trayvon Martin, Emmett Till. All of these names have been involved in these type of situations, and you don't care until you see it and it's in the face, and it's now all of a sudden it's a big deal because they're black cops. I have a major problem with that.
He got mad when Hempfield came to. That wasn't see your true color. That's what I always tell people. Y'all talk about me being too harsh on white folks. A white person's true color is gonna show. And now they brought Hempfield into it. Now you mad.
Hello.
But black women are not the cause for the detriment of the black community. The black community's problem is, I'm going to talk about this on my show tomorrow night. We have this need for white acceptance. We think white acceptance is for the world.
Yep. I don't give a dang on about no damn. That's why when Will Smith slapped the crap out of Chris Rock, I didn't care about everybody having a big issue with it. It is what it is. Sorry. That's how I felt about it. Everybody was like, "Oh, he did that on the Oscars. It was so embarrassing." Y'all worried about y'all don't do this for the Image Awards. Y'all big up the Oscars. Y'all big up the Grammys, and they still slight our own.
You wasn't embarrassed about the Source Awards.
That part.
But you ain't.
But that's a whole other topic, Kyrie. They ain't ready for that conversation.
Right.
They're not ready for that. Check us out this Friday on the Kickback, because we got words on that. I promise you I can say certain things that I can't say on here. But I am tired. I am sick and tired. And yes, I watched the video. And that's another thing that's going around on TikTok and social media, talking about, oh, well, you need to watch the video. You don't need to tell us what we need to watch and what we cannot watch. We see this on a daily basis, girl.
Listen.
And if people choose not to watch it, that is their right for their own mental health. We are constantly being bombarded with it. It is we are constantly triggered about all this. Constantly on a daily basis. When we walk out of the house, we are on edge. When we're in our house, we're on edge. When we see a siren, when we hear a siren, when a police car passes by us when we're driving down the highway. When I was dropping my mom off to LAS, I was nervous because a police car on the opposite side drove past us, and we both clinched up. That is how we are, and everybody on here that's listening on Bullet and Flight, everybody that's watching on Pyro Media Network, you all know, if you are one of us and in the community, you know how that feels. Black and brown people understand how that feels. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to sit here and try to constantly educate white people on how that feels, because you will never understand.
Right. Just understand you're the cause of how it feels.
It's ridiculous. I don't care if they were black cops, white cops, brown cops. whatever cops, purple cops, whatever. When we see that uniform, when we see those sirens, when we see those cars, there is an indoctrination of white supremacy inside of the law enforcement. Period.
And like you said, and we tense up.
We tense up. It is a physical reaction that just talking about it gives me. Just seeing these lights, and seeing all those police officers around that young man triggers me.
And you see this, and he took, but so it's like I thought in the beginning. So he's taking pictures, souvenir, because that's what's happening in that picture.
We're gonna take a quick break, y'all. There's more to talk about, but I need a minute. This is ridiculous. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, y'all. We are black by popular demand. I needed a minute. I need to breathe a little bit. I apologize, but this type of situation, y'all know. I don't even have to explain it to y'all, but it's really frustrating. But moving on, we're going to talk about Damar Hamlin paying it forward. So for those who don't know, Damar Hamlin suffered I believe it was was it a heart attack or a cardiac arrest? I think it was cardiac arrest. Yeah, so he's paying it forward. So Damar Hamlin partners with American Heart Association to promote CPR training. Damar Hamlin is kickstarting a campaign to spread CPR awareness and training following his on-field medical scare earlier this month, teaming up with the American Heart Association to create the 3 for Heart Challenge. The Buffalo Bills safety announced the move in an Instagram video saying, "Once again, I want to thank everybody for their love and support over these past few weeks. As you know, CPR saved my life earlier this year on the field, and CPR could easily save your life or someone you love." So this is what's going on. He actually, let me see if he has. Do we have a video of it? I believe we have a video of it. Hold on one second. Oh, no, we do not. Hold on.
Okay.
But yes, go ahead and talk about it while I pull it up.
Well, so he's with the American Heart Association. But I put it here so that the Illuminati people can see that he's really here and this is not a clone. You know, that's the rumor.
Oh, my God.
And so they...
I'm sorry. It's just so stressful.
But he went to the football at the Bills game, and he was bundled up because it was like 12 degrees. So the Illuminati people said that this is that's not him. That's a body double. They have cloned him because he was killed by the back.
Okay. All right.
So as we see, he's here. Like I said, he's teaming up with the American Heart Association, and he's trying to save lives and give people informed about their heart health.
And here's the video that he posted on Instagram.
What's up, everybody? It's D-Ham. Once again, I want to thank everybody for the love and support over these past few weeks. As you know, CPR saved my life earlier this year on the field. And CPR could easily save your life or someone you love. That's why I'm proud to announce that I'm partnering with the American Heart Association and kicking off Damar Hamlin's 3 for Heart CPR Challenge. And of course, this one's got 3 steps. Step 1, go to heart.org/3 to watch a short video to learn hands-only CPR. Step 2, donate to the AHA to fund CPR awareness and education. And step 3, challenge 3 friends to do the same. To kick things off, I'm challenging the GOATs. LeBron James, Tom Brady, and Michelle Obama, you've all been challenged. And one more thing, make sure you share your videos on all socials and tag me and have your hearts up.
He looks alive to me. He don't look like a clone to me, child.
He look fine to me.
Y'all really need to stop with these conspiracy theories, y'all. It's getting a little crazy.
Getting. I love it, girl, child. When they said that, I fell out laughing. I said, "Are you serious?"
Anywho, all right, y'all. As you know, it's Black History Month, and you know it's the start of Black History Month, and we want to go ahead and start throwing some facts out, okay? So, because we celebrate Black History all year, because we're black, black, okay? So, I actually didn't know the full story of this, so I was actually really, really happy that Kyrie brought this this information out. The Greensboro sit-in was a major movement in the American Civil Rights Movement when young African American students staged a sit-in at a segregated Woolworth lunch counter in North Carolina. The year was 1960, and segregation raged throughout the country, but the students decided they had enough. According to History.com, they sat down and refused to leave. After having been denied service because of their race, the Greensboro sit-in took place in Greensboro, North Carolina, and has echoes of Rosa Parks and other symbolic movements that eventually helped end segregation in the United States of America. When sparked, the Greensboro Four, as you see here, as the students were known to take such courageous action. What sparked the Greensboro Four, as the students were known to take such courageous action? For starters, according to History.com, they were upset about the 1955 murder of Emmett Till, who was slain after being accused of whistling at a white woman in Mississippi. Their names were Ezell Blair Jr., David Richmond, Franklin McCain, and Joseph McNeil. They were students at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical College. So these are pictures of the Greensboro sit-in and other sit-ins that were sparked by these amazing kings that stepped up. So I'm super proud of being Black, super proud of our history, the real history, American history, because Black history is American history, and we need to constantly make sure that we are bringing up these things and we're talking about it and we're having conversations and keeping these stories alive as we talk about our history and what has done. So thank you to the Greensboro Four for all that you have done.
Yeah.
Yes. Did we miss anything today? Today, there was anything else we need to talk about?
It was 1960, but it was on February the 1st. So today is the anniversary.
Yes.
But I think we get it all.
Okay.
We get it all today.
All right. Well, we're going to take another quick commercial break real quick. And then we'll be back to talk about what's on the screen because we got some news for you. Stay tuned. Thank you guys. We are back and Black. Okay, happy Black History Month to you guys. We got a lot. We're going to finish up the show, but there's a couple of things we want to talk about. Specifically, what's on the screen, or in this case, what's coming on the screen. Yes. So in a surprise joint announcement, the franchise stars Will Smith and Martin Lawrence teamed up to announce the 4th installment is officially in the works of Bad Boys. So I am super excited. I was a huge fan of Bad Boys and the Bad Boys trilogy. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what they got going on. So it says, posting the big reveal to his social media accounts, Emancipation actor Will Smith, 54, starts off the video by teasing his 62 million IG followers with a big announcement. Beaming with excitement, the Oscar winner eventually knocks on the doors of recurring Bad Boys co-star Martin Lawrence, 57, and the two jointly share the news. So shout out to Will Smith and Martin Lawrence for making this happen again, and putting this back in the works. I think that, like I said, this is me personally. I don't think that the Oscars thing, I mean, I think it slowed him down, but I didn't stop him. So I'm happy that this is continuing, and I'm happy that they're bringing back this particular show, or this movie rather, because I really enjoyed. They have a chemistry that is just like no other. Like they have a really good on-screen chemistry, and I really enjoy their movies. So, what are your thoughts, Kyrie?
I love it. When I saw, but I was like, but I did think, I'm like, well, are they gonna be 60 years old still doing it? But I do. I love the franchise. I really do. Yeah.
It would be cool if they figure out a way to kind of show of how they are gonna like pass the torch down and continue it to keep it continuing to go.
Good. That would be good. That'd be good.
Yeah,
but who would it down to?
I don't know. They would have to figure that out, because it has to be somebody. It has to be two people that share the same type of chemistry on screen.
Right.
So yeah. But anyway, good luck, y'all. I'm looking forward to that. So today's discussion, as we close out, is something that I really wanted to talk about, because I was watching The View yesterday. And I was watching Jay Shetty, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and he was talking about relationships, and he has this new book coming out, and it's about, like, you know, the rules for relationship, whatever it is. That's not the point. He didn't pay me to give him an advertisement, so I'm not going to go there. But it got me to thinking: do we truly nurture real relationships, or are we truly nurturing real relationships? And so take a look at this clip and let me know what you guys think.
There. How do you know to stop scrolling and say, okay, I've got something great, when you could get Michael B. Jordan to go out on a date with you on Raya?
Yeah, some of my friends are too excited by that news. So, but I think everyone's going to be a bit realistic too. Like, this is Michael B. Jordan. I think the reality is that we think that there's a perfect person waiting for us out there. And what I've found through the people I've coached, through relationships I've worked with, is there is no perfect person that you find. It's who you make it work with. Yep. And it's who you have energy and enthusiasm to invest in with. And so I think this idea, and the thing is, humans do worse with more choice. We forget that. So when we have more choice, we make bad decisions. And I think a lot of us are moving on way too fast. We're moving on way too quick, thinking that someone out there is going to make us happy, rather than going, well, wait a minute, if we both have the energy to make this work, it's more likely to work.
Wow. What are your thoughts on that?
So what he's saying, there's no perfect person. So can you date more than one person at the same time?
We're not going there, Kyrie. We're not going there. We did that last time. Get to stay out, because that's a whole other conversation. But what he said specifically about moving on too quickly, or not having the energy, or having the energy, if two people can have the energy to make things work, will it work? You know what I'm saying? And I found that really interesting, because I look at my generation, and also the generation of Gen Z, as well as my parents' generation, and also even your generation, Kyrie. I look at different generations and how they navigate relationships, and I notice one of the things, especially with the something that millennials and even Gen Z that I see, is they do the whole scroll thing, what I call the scroll thing. And he brought up something that is actually a key factor in marketing. You're not supposed to, especially when I actually did this a couple of years ago, where I was helping out a restaurant rebrand their company and their business. And one of the things that they noticed after I told them, I said, you have so much on your menu, and that's great that you have all of these different things, but you're overwhelming your customer. by giving them too many choices. And so if you have just a breakfast menu, you have a lunch menu, and then you have a dinner menu with certain things on there, even if it's limited, you can have specials, seasonally, or you can change it out as you do it. But give them limited options, because then what happens is that you are taking less stress on, you're putting less stress on your cooking staff, and you're also putting less stress on the customer, because they're not looking at like, oh my God, there's so much to pick from, and then you start developing signature things, and the cooks will start becoming more proficient at creating that one thing, or those two things, or those three things, as opposed to you giving them 5,000 options, like Denny's, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to that, so I noticed that, and I'm not saying that you need to settle for less. That's not what I'm saying. But what I found interesting is that if you sit there and you are doing all of these different things by, scrolling when one person is you say, oh well, they're not wearing the right T-shirt, or this person's wearing contacts, or this person's too light skinned, or this person is has a bit of a belly, or whatever the situation is, whatever your things are. And I'm not saying that you should be going out and dating any old regular schmegula. Of course, know your worth and walk accordingly. But oftentimes what I'm noticing in my generation, as well as Gen Z, and even in Gen X, what I'm noticing is that people give up too easily, and they don't want to do the work. And one of the things that I have seen in boomers and even older generations, the longer lasting ones that have been together 30, 40, 50, 60 years, is that they really take their time and learn each other and work through things and say, you know what? I don't like you right now. You get on my nerve right now, but that doesn't mean I don't want to be in this relationship. And I loved that. You know what I'm saying? And now, don't get me wrong. If somebody's beating you, disrespecting you, cheating on you, that's a whole different situation. But if you're with someone and you guys are partners, and you guys are really, doing, there's different things in different aspects. I can work with somebody on different things, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be, how they're going to please me, sexually, how they're going to, maybe I don't like the way that they give me water. Maybe they give me cold or too warm water, and I need ice in my water. That's I like ice. Okay. I'm not drinking tea. Most of my I need ice cold water, but that's just me. But those are things that you learn about someone, right? And so oftentimes I'm interested to know your thoughts on whether or not people give up too easily on relationships, and if they do, even if it's just a process, like what are you doing? Do you think that people just magically come together and say, oh, it's love at first sight? Or do you think that successful relationships happen because people are working and put the energy towards working together, as opposed to what we see nowadays? What are your thoughts?
I think, and I've talked about this, but I think
Sean.
But I think people, I think people give up too easily because, one, they don't know what they really want. They see something on TV or something, and then they draw to it. And I heard Janet Jackson say a long time ago, people think relationships are fairy tales, and they're not. Relationships work.
You better give a quote to the Empress.
And relationships are work, but people don't want to work. People just want everything to come together like boom.
Yeah.
And we're here in Magic Land. No, you have to work towards that. You have to get to know one another. In order for things to fit, you have to get to know one another.
I was in a relationship with someone for 3.5 years, and we did not really solidify until year 3. And it was because we were learning each other. I had my personality, he had his personality, and it wasn't until we made the decision, because I had a conversation with that person, with that ex, and I said, hey, is this working? Is this what we really want? And we had to make a decision to say, hey, I had to weigh the pros and cons. Is this workable? Is this something that I have to do? Is this, and we solidified at that point because we made a decision to put the energy towards working together. And I realize that that's the type of relationships that I want moving forward, whether it be in relationships, intimate relationships, whether it be in friendships. I don't care if we don't talk. Like sometimes me and my bestie, we don't talk for a couple of days. We have a 72-hour rule now. We can't do that because I'll send a text or something. We cannot talk with, every day. We cannot go without talking. No, I think it used to be 72. Now it's 48 hours. We changed it. We can't go without talking to each other or texting each other or checking in with each other for more than 48 hours. But there's friends that I have that we don't talk for a couple of weeks, sometimes a month. And then when we talk, it feels like we talked just like yesterday.
Right. You're right. Exactly.
That's because we put the energy. This time with Kyrie, like this past weekend, I didn't really talk to Kyrie this past weekend. We sent each other, DMs or whatever, but that doesn't change the fact that he's still my brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't listen. People have lives. But here's the thing: when you're talking about you two didn't get to know it, well, you were getting to know each other. I think this is me. I think that you never stop getting to know one another because we all evolve. So,
yes.
So if I meet somebody now in 2023, then we will probably have to come back and say, "Hey, let's see where we at in 2026." Because I'm the person, he's not the same person.
Yes.
And I think you have to really, that's me. And I said for my next relationship, that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to come back. We're going to come back and sit down together and see where we are. Because we both evolving. Are we growing in the same direction? Are we growing together?
That's powerful. That is powerful.
That's just what I learned. Like I said, for my last relationship, I learned so much. What I want to do is right the next go around.
My God, on today.
I have a friend, every time we talk, she says, "Oh, so you're talking to me now." She wants to talk every day.
Yeah, there's some ATL Torrance is hilarious. Thanks for joining ATL Torrance. And I do have some friends that are a little more higher maintenance and need to check in a little bit more. And that's fine. Everybody, you have your different relationships or whatever. But Rochelle says everybody looking at couples as, quote, relationship goals, not knowing the work you have to put in to sustain a relationship, even if it's a plan. I know that's right, Rochelle. That's a word.
That reminds me of I was living in LA then. So a few years ago, a friend of mine was all over the internet and him and his guy were relationship goals. Everybody gay wanted to be this couple. But I'm like, you all are going on the aesthetics of how they look because they didn't know what was going on. I knew what was happening in real life.
Yep.
But they didn't. And I'm like, no, that's not relationship goals. You really should not say that. Let your relationship be the goal.
Yes.
Because my friend was smiling in all these pictures, but he was unhappy. And then the dude ended up crushing his heart. But people don't know that because all you see is the outer beauty. And you see the smiles.
Right.
Yeah. So don't.
And to add on to what Rochelle said, we'll get to you in a second, ATL Tour, because that's a really good question. But to add on to what Rochelle said, I often tell people, stop looking at somebody else's chapter 20 when you're on chapter 5. Because you don't know what it took for them to get to their chapter 20. Glory!
Now that's it.
Because you don't know what it took for them to get there. Everybody, I was talking to somebody and said, "Oh, Kwame, I'm really proud of you and your business." And you have no idea what it took from Pyro to get to where it is today. Okay, no idea. The sleepless nights. I didn't have a staff. I was doing everything. Okay.
Are you willing to put in the work?
Are you really willing to put in the work? You know what I'm saying? And so that's and that goes for not only just entrepreneurial stuff. I was just looking at, check out Healthy Hymns, the show yesterday that they did. They had a black gay entrepreneur on there that also has a media company. Shout out to them. And I think there's room on the table for everybody. And I actually want to connect with this brother because he was talking about some really dope stuff. And I hope we can probably get him on Pyro Power Hour, or at least Kwame Speaks on one of the shows. But he was talking about some really interesting stuff because it reminded me of my times of when I was, starting Pyro and how people were looking at me and say, "Oh, it's not gonna go anywhere," or this is another failed business or whatever. And okay, girl, it don't look like it's a failure to me, but whatever. I'm not here for that. I'm going with what God told me to do. Okay. But ATL Torres said, does it make you a bad friend if you don't talk every day?
No.
And Rochelle says, not at all. I don't talk to my bestie for months sometimes, and the love never changes. It's so much to talk about when we link. I know that's right. And Julia says, Julia Wimes, thanks for joining, Julia. I agree. We have no idea. We have no idea what it takes for people to go through what they go through or where they're at, and what spaces that they're at. So give a little grace.
Yes. And give grace to
yourself.
To
yourself. Hug yourself just for a moment, just for a second, y'all. This morning, hug yourself because you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are amazing, you are blessed, you are blackalicious, and if you're not, you're still cool. You know what I'm saying? So just hug yourself because you are made in the image and likeness of God, and God has a plan for you. God is whatever you're going through, whatever endeavors, because oftentimes this is around the time, and I want you guys to check out It's Just Kim this Friday. She's going to talk about some amazing stuff with Pastor Kim Irvin. She's going to talk about some stuff, especially when those who who give up on their resolutions. And this is around that time. It's usually the end of February, or excuse me, end of January, beginning of February is when people stop their resolutions and their New Year's goals and all that stuff, whatever, because they feel like it's too hard or they're not seeing results or whatever the situation is. And so, you know, be a living testimony, as the shirt says. Be a living testimony to yourself and the struggles that you may or may not be going through, and just let people know. Rochelle, give them a hug. Give yourself a hug, honey. Hug each other. Yeah. Praise God. All right, y'all. You got anything else, bro?
No. Just tune in tomorrow night for Candid Conversations. I'm gonna have my stuff together, and I want to have a talk tomorrow. The title for the show tomorrow night is "What are we gonna do?"
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna do to make Black history for the future? What is our history going to look like in the future? What are we doing to make it a good Black history?
That's going to be a dope show. Tune in tomorrow, y'all. Tune in. And also, don't forget to tune in today, because You Better Than Me podcast is airing today around 2. Usually they air around 10, but, you know, lots can be going on. So they're going to be airing around 2 today. So definitely check that out. And then the Daryl Walter show is at 4. And then She Is Phenomenal Live is at 6. And then we got a lot going on. So just go ahead and tune in and check out all the stuff that's going on Pyro Media Network. And if you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now. Make sure you are hitting those notifications if you're on Facebook, or liking and following on Twitter and Twitch. Shout out to our Twitch viewers as well. And also shout out to our Bullet and Flay listeners. We thank you guys for supporting and keeping us on that station as well. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, until next time, we will see you guys on Friday. Thank you for joining us this hump day, and we will see you on the next one. Until then, don't forget to not let anybody stress you out. And in the words of Candace Bassett,
not today, Satan. Not today, neck. Not today, ankles. We don't have it.
Not today. Not today. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.